Welcome to Pull the Pin Already War Room Edition. As usual, I'm your host, Jim. And with me again for 2 consecutive episodes is Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Also joining us today, too pretty. Looks just like Ryan, but I'm sure he's too pretty.
But I'm pretty.
Too pretty, not just pretty. Too
Look.
pretty. All right, gentlemen. Well, you know how this works. Headlines right out from the media sources, and we get to talk about them. You don't know anything about it, make up your own story.
All right. Good.
You ready?
Yep.
Big Short investor Michael Burry says Elon Musk is selling Tesla shares to cover personal debts.
Ooh. That'd be interesting if that's true. That would be really interesting if that's true. I mean, I don't think it's true just because what he bought an island recently, what sent shuttles into space. I think he's got money, but maybe that's it. Maybe that's where he spent all his money. Now he needs to cover that debt. I don't know.
That's that last part right there is what I was going to say. He's spending a lot, maybe to cover I wouldn't be surprised he's selling shares just to, sell shares because he's going to get it back. Like you said, with them going out in space and doing all this other stuff. They
rob Peter to pay Paul, right?
Turn it down. They when they came up with that rocket that can return, I was like, damn, I should have bought some stock. You know what I mean? So I don't think this is as big a deal as the headline might make it look.
I mean, you're right, man. The man made a rocket that can land on an unmanned ship in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah,
that's freaking cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give him credit.
Yeah.
I just thought it was interesting because I think it was not too long ago they just said that wasn't he the richest man in America now?
Yeah.
Like he passed some status and so now all of a sudden he's selling stuff to cover his debts. Like when was the richest man ever have to do that?
He's is he?
I thought it was one of our headlines.
I thought he just went back up to the richest man. I thought he did, but maybe I'm wrong.
He got more money than Bezos?
I thought he did. Yeah.
I thought that was one of our headlines a couple episodes ago.
Mike went
that's right. Yeah.
I mean,
I was there for that one.
Oh, were you? Okay.
No, he was here for that one. I'm pretty sure.
It jumped back and forth though, man. But see, even if he's not, he's at least the second richest, right? But I mean, that's all a paper, right? What's real? I have no idea what the man has, legit money wise. I mean,
yeah. But it could be where he had some personal debt, and somebody said, "Hey, just give me some shares of Tesla that'll cover it." Could be.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a gambling problem.
He gambled on Tesla.
Yeah, he sure did. I don't think that's a problem.
No, he had to put out some gambling shares that he put on the table.
Yeah. That might be.
I wish he owed me then.
Yeah, right.
Right. Maybe he's just gonna be like, blow his money in 5 years. Who knows?
Yeah. Damn, that's a lot of blowing.
Yeah. Well, who knows? We'll see.
All right. What's next?
California COVID rate double Florida's despite strict restrictions.
I thought they all wore masks there. I thought everybody wore a mask. Every time they talk about California, you got to wear masks. Everyone's wearing masks. I mean, they're in it. I mean,
I don't think you can say California without wearing a mask.
I know, right? I mean, I thought that was, and the mask we all know saves lives.
Why are they comparing them just to Florida though? That's I think that's more interesting.
I think what happened was Florida got the brunt of the heat because Florida was getting a lot of, from all theirs went up, obviously,
spring breaks
because
and summer and all that,
right? And so everybody was, because just like we talked about previous episodes, if it fits their narrative or it's on their team, Florida's the enemy because obviously, DeSantis down there, they're the enemy. So anytime they're spiked, everybody's like, "Oh, Florida, Florida, Florida," but nobody's saying anything about California now.
Oh, okay, I got you.
That's what I think the headline's about.
Oh, all right.
Cool.
Yeah, they're wearing the mask. The rate doubles. What are you gonna do? Take the mask off.
Well, I think that the bigger argument here is, where's the science? Like the science we're supposed to be supporting, the trust the science, the anti-science, the the vax deniers, the anti-vax. I mean, all this stuff. Where is it? Do you not think we have enough evidence now to prove science, or we still just winging it?
Real quick, YouTube. This is just an opinion. Nobody is speaking medical fact.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree. There's been a lot of time that's passed, and we should have more science to back up Fauci. You know what I mean? That's he should be basing his next opinion or whatever off the science. But nah, I think the shots that was the ultimate goal. Get people to
right.
get the shot.
Yeah, I don't think. I honestly believe. I'm starting to believe. You call it a conspiracy, obviously, but I'm starting to believe this really has nothing to do with COVID. None of it. I think it's compliance. I think it's really just getting people to comply. Because once you have everyone complying with something as personal as your body, then it's done. Where do you go from there?
I heard this guy, and I was talking to a guy actually the other day at I think it was a Best Buy, just randomly talking to somebody in line. But I was listening to church on my phone, and he started talking about how America's gone away from that, and we got into COVID and all this stuff. He brought up something that the idea, again, this is just his opinion, he's not a doctor, is that this is based on population control. He said a lot about, he said, I don't know, friend of a friend kind of thing, but he knew a guy that actually had 2 children and, was living healthy, and then they wanted to have a third one. He got the shot and came out sterile. I was like, that would be, if you're going to do it, that would be a very creative way and very easy way to do it.
I don't know, Ryan. I don't know if
14 and 15-year-olds that may never have kids, because of this.
Yeah, I don't know if I shared my opinion on that back with. Well, we all know where the virus came from, right? We all know where it was being created. So I always look back at the one child rule in that certain country. Well, they've got an adult problem because they have too many old people and not enough children to support them.
Right.
Because they all just have one kid. So what would be the best way to level out the population? I don't know. Maybe create something that affects a lot of old people?
Yep.
Like, I know it's a conspiracy theory. Obviously, it's misinformation. But, I mean, you can go down a whole bunch of rabbit holes on this.
You could. You really could. And I mean, like I said, I have no idea if that's right or wrong or what, but I just thought it was kind of an interesting opinion on it. You know what I mean? Because if that's the case, I mean, that to me, that would be a good way to do it. I mean,
and correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Bill Gates a big population control person?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
He's the one who wants to put chips into kids in Africa and control, population's overcrowded. And yeah, so, he's got his operating system on everybody's computer. What else? What else does he need?
He sees what you're doing at all times.
Yeah.
So, yeah, none of these conspiracy theories may be conspiracy, but some are believable. And maybe we'll find out
years later,
10, 20 years from now.
Yeah.
When
we're all going to sit here and say, I told you.
I mean, right? Who are we going to say it to? Because everybody's sterile.
Our grandkids.
There ain't going to be no grandkids.
We'll know if that's right or not if Mike has more kids. You know?
I think there's other things at work there.
Yeah.
Well, we do have some good news in this.
What's that?
Florida GOP lawmakers threaten to pull state out of OSHA over COVID vax mandate.
Really? Huh. Now, okay, that'd be an interesting one. I don't know how you do that one. I imagine there's enough red tape there that you'd never get Florida out of OSHA. That's for sure.
So they're going to secede from OSHA.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you pretty much have to keep from the United States to be able to do that. I mean, that's a federal program. You can't force a federal program out of there.
Yeah.
Well, it could be willful disobedience. Is that what they call it? Just something like that.
Willful disobedience.
It would be interesting. I like the end of this one. I mean, how can you say mandate? How can the federal government mandate a private company? Mandate. I mean, that should be the big thing. Screw OSHA.
Well, the part that blew me away is, and I think I heard it one of the senators on the floor in the hearing or something. It might have been Cruz or I don't know, one of those other DeSantis. I don't know. They said this is an emergency. We had to pass this rule because it's an emergency. Yet it took them 2 months to write the rule,
Yeah.
and they're not going to implement it for till January 1st.
Big emergency, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That alone should make people be like, what?
I mean, Congress on emergencies like this, man. So it takes 2 months to write the rule. Then they go to present, like, oh, wait, we got a 2 month break. Hold on, we'll do this afterwards, you know. And
Right.
take the 2 month break off and have a good
Oh
time.
yeah, but you know when it's filled with pork, it's like, oh no, we need to pass it now. We'll read
Yeah.
it later.
Yeah. Yep.
Like that spending bill. Oh my God, it's not a topic, but we can talk about it later if we got time. All right, you ready to move on?
Yep.
For the first time, woman graduates U.S. Army sniper course.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I never
Well-
understood, you know, with the sniper course, why women weren't in there in the first place. I
Thank
mean,
you.
it's not a
Thank
matter of, you know, I get why you kept them out of the infantry for so long, and it wasn't because women weren't capable. It was because men would react differently to a woman getting shot than they would to a man getting shot, and it would probably hurt our forces. But what, a sniper is a two-person team,
Mm-hmm.
and they're constantly looking out for each other. So one person gets shot, you still got the same reaction if it's a woman or a man. It doesn't matter either way.
Yeah.
But I
And
mean,
what-
there's
like we
nothing-
talked about in the other, like we talked about the infantry and other job classifications. It's that's where the training comes in. You know, it's not like you're just gonna throw them out there into the field. You train, they get used to it. You know, over time, people get used to things. You know
So
what I mean? But the sniper course, I was always like, man, I wonder why they don't have any females in there.
yeah, that's a weird one.
Yeah.
so I thought
Same
about
with
this.
tanks.
I thought about this, and I just want to play devil's advocate for a second here because, I thought about the thing like you talk about the infantry, the morale. Well, what does a sniper do? I mean, a sniper could be out on a spot for days, sometimes maybe even months. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And women, although I guess they're not all the same, but they all experience certain things that may interfere with their duties. I don't know. And I'm not saying that to be that they're not tough enough to overcome those things. But, when was the last time a man had to worry about his period? Like, he doesn't have to do that stuff. Quite honestly, he could probably smell like ass and everybody think it was normal. I'm just throwing things out there.
Yeah, I get you. I'm with you on that in that aspect to a point, but at the same time, she's a sniper. She's going to be out there for days, months, whatever else. Last thing she gives a shit about is a little blood running down her leg.
Well, I don't think it's just the blood. I've never had a period. I know that my daughter, who is 15, doesn't just talk about the blood.
Well, the cramps and everything else. You're right. I get you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think it's going to be the factor of keeping a woman out of whether or not she's going to have a period. That to me is not the factor of it. I mean, I don't know why women weren't in sniper school, but to me, her having a period would not be a reason to keep her out.
Okay, yeah, that's what I said. I'm just throwing it out there because I've never experienced one. And I don't know what it would be like to be stuck out in the middle of nowhere, have no access to anything, and have to go through that stuff.
You're right. We need to ask somebody who's had one. Mike, what do you think?
Well, the last time.
Just kidding, Mike.
No, my opinion is this. They have them. They do PT tests. They do other, physical training while they have these periods, while they're on their menstrual cycle. What's the difference? They go out to the field. They're on it. They're on their during the menstrual cycle. So there's no difference.
Yeah.
None. The only way it's different to me is if they get deployed, and next thing you know, they find out they're pregnant. A sniper.
Which is hard to do when you're on your own and sniper.
Yeah.
Unless
You know
you're with
what I
the
mean?
right partner.
Yeah, but my whole thing is there's something like that, okay, but other than that, it's like women do it right now.
Yeah.
Well, they be on the cycle, be on the next thing you know, they maxing out the PT test.
Yep.
I can't stand them.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
mean, the
but
same
no,
thing-
seriously, it's like that once again, it goes back to training. It goes back to training.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I'd like to hear why they're not before I pass judgment because I don't know if there is a reason or not.
Why they're not what?
Why they haven't let them in there to begin with? Why there aren't more women snipers?
Because men have been in control of that, probably decision or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I mean,
you got to
you're
think
just
about
saying that
that.
maybe they do have some reasonable explanation. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's been a slow
Okay.
boat to get women into any of these positions. You think about when
Yeah.
they started from World War II, they were nurses,
Yeah.
you know, and then they were truck
Well,
drivers and whatever else. But it's been a slow boat to get those positions open.
Yep.
maybe women don't want to be in those positions either. Like I don't think sniper school's easy.
Well, no, I mean, I don't think anybody's forcing them to be, but I'm saying that
Yeah.
the option to be is there, you know, and the
That's what
option
I'm
to be
saying.
like in World War II wasn't there.
Was a sniper course not open to women?
I would assume not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No,
I don't know, but I don't think so.
I mean, think of infantry wasn't open to women until recently, so I would assume sniper
Yeah.
falling in that same category would have been.
Yep.
And now is this a real woman or is this somebody who just identifies as a woman?
Oh, this used to be Bruce.
I lost my voice from that one.
Mr. Jenner making a statement, I guess.
Yeah, again, women can do anything. Look, I'm a sniper now.
Yeah.
Right. Congratulations.
You still stand to pee, you freaking.
All right. Ready? Speaking of doing anything, Navy SEALs sue Biden's admin over COVID mandate.
That's awesome.
I didn't know they could do that.
Yeah.
I didn't think you could either. I thought, once you signed that contract, your ability to sue was done.
Yeah, I have to check fire on that one, man. I don't see that being true.
Yeah.
Unless it's some like other organization outside the military.
Yeah, but I tell you this, man. That's a slippery slope right there. If that's true and is able to go through, that's a slippery slope. Because
Yeah, you're right.
there's a lot of soldiers. Nah, dude, you either get it or get out. It's nah,
That's it. Yeah.
nah. I don't want
I
to hear
spent
it.
many years not thinking I had the right
Yep.
to say no to a lot of things. So
Yep.
to think I had those years, I mean, now you get soldiers out there thinking they can do that. Oh, man, that's going to be a whole
Well,
world.
it doesn't mean you can't push for higher criteria. It doesn't mean there's not a demand for, okay, we're going to make soldiers take this. It needs to go through this, and this. You know what I mean? It can't just be thrown out there. Like this COVID stuff is so controversial. And none of it went through
serious?
anything. Yeah.
Anthrax wasn't controversial.
Yeah, and that's why they stopped it.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, those guys were in. They got it.
Yes, that's my point. Is anthrax was like one of them.
See,
Exactly
here
that.
we go again. Here we go again. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. I don't know these guys. I don't know how long they've been in the military, but how long has the military been doing this? Show me where they sued a previous administration over having to take a shot.
Right.
No, that's not what I'm saying, Mike. I'm
I'm
saying
not saying you're saying that. I'm just saying, once again, here we have a group of guys who let's call it what it is. All right, most likely they lean right. Right, they're gonna sue the president, their commander in chief administration, over a mandate. I call BS on it.
I don't even think they can sue him, so I don't even know how.
Yeah,
that's
it doesn't
even,
matter. That's the headline though.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, right?
It's different in the military. It's not a mandate.
And I said,
Yeah, it's not a mandate in the military. It's an order.
yeah,
It came from your boss, the commander in chief. I mean, who are you going to sue?
yeah. Last I heard, they had the option to get out.
well, and that would have made more sense if they all got out
Yeah,
to protest the mandate because they want stricter, rules like the anthrax. They don't want
Right.
to just be jabbed with something without any, whatever process.
yeah.
So that would have made more sense. But I don't even believe they could sue him. I don't think that's even right.
Maybe if it said ex-Navy SEAL or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't think normal person can't sue the government.
Not without
How
permission.
Yeah, how can Navy SEAls? How can
Yeah.
the military? I don't know. Well, whatever. It was printed. Somebody thought it was a good idea.
Clickbait.
Yeah, probably. And we clicked. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Washington Post fact checker attempts to defend Buttigieg's racist infrastructure comments, then realizes he's wrong. And this one's interesting, Mike, because you grew up in New York, right?
Yeah. What was the comment?
It was he went on there and supported some reporter asked about the racist bridges that were built in New York, the crossways, the Long Island, or whatever they call. I don't know what they. They said those bridges were built that way so buses couldn't fit through that brought blacks and Hispanics to the beach or something, to Long Island or something.
That's racist. Is that true? I mean,
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
That's what Buttigieg just confirmed. Buttigieg confirmed that and said, yeah, the bridges were racist. And I'm not doubting that some of that thought process, maybe, but I'm sure it wasn't just black and Hispanic. It was probably poor people they didn't want on their beaches.
oh,
So, yeah, that's what this infrastructure bill is going to go toward, tearing down those bridges because they're racist.
great. Can't go to the beach no more. God
No, you
almighty.
can. Everybody's going to be able to go to the beach.
Tearing them down or expanding them?
Whatever it is, I don't know. I didn't grow up in New York, and from what I heard, that nonsense has been debunked before, but I don't even know if that's true because who knows what's debunked and what's not
I'm
debunked
trying
anymore.
to think of the bridge that a bus can't go over.
It was something to go to Long Island, the cross bridge or cross.
I've never been to New York, so you got me on that one.
Couldn't have been the.
I always want to go,
But he confirmed it, so all right, man.
Well, I'm just saying that some reporter asked him, and Buttigieg was like, "Yeah, we're getting rid of the racist highways and bridges." So
That's just a dumb statement in itself to me.
well, what do you think you're dealing with here?
No, I'm just saying, a racist bridge.
I know that's what I was thinking too. What's a
it's
stop
like-
with a sends a barrier up when a black guy tries to go across? Or what's
Yeah,
it?
it's the bridge. It probably was
Well-
built by or developed by racist people, but to see, that's what I'm saying. They just throw the word around, man. I just can't. Oh my god.
It's like I said though. I mean, there is like I understand what they're saying. Like if you had Long Island and you had this beach and you had these people that just kept coming and destroying your beach, and they were being bussed over, you could build something that would not let buses get through, right? I mean, like I understand the concept, but I don't understand like in this day and age why that would be relevant anymore.
I have to see. I don't know.
Yeah, because build to counter that, build smaller buses.
Yeah. Quit building those racist buses.
Lowrider buses.
Yeah, I guess. I don't get it, but okay.
That's an interesting one.
Maybe I got to
Well-
see the bridge, know which bridge we're talking about. So I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I
you said the
mean,
Washington Post fact check tends to defend the statement, the comments, then realizes he's wrong.
yeah. No, that's not a surprise. That's just another knock on these fact checkers who are really not
wait,
fact checkers.
wait. Hold on. He made that comment that it was, and they found out that it wasn't actually for that. So he was wrong with those comments.
Yeah, well, like I said, the lady was a reporter, a person of color, asked about the racist bridges, if they were going to fix them because they go back years. Buttigieg confirmed it, said they were going to spend this money to fix these bridges. And then the fact checker went to defend Buttigieg with his racist infrastructure comments, but then realized it had already been debunked. The bridges weren't built to stop one type of race.
What
So-
was it? 2 races?
Well, I think it was just poor people. I think it was just to keep the poor people off the beaches. I think that's what they said. It was rich people trying to keep poor people off of their prize. So they limited the access, which is no different than a beach charge right now, or, hours of, I mean, they find ways, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's a race thing. I think it's a class thing.
Yeah.
And maybe in New York, maybe you can say it was a race thing because maybe the lower class was a predominantly, people of color. Maybe that's why you're saying it. They're saying it's a race thing, but ultimately it's a class thing.
With the price of everything in New York, I don't think race really affects the poor people there as much. But I think everything's too expensive, so most people are.
Well, I'm just thinking
But the
probably
way
back when
Ameri-
these were built.
Yeah, the way the American government is, they have poor people divided also, man, and it's sad.
Oh, they do.
It's sad.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
What's next?
All right. Netflix confirms second season for Squid Game.
Awesome. Yes.
What the hell is a Squid
Yes.
Game?
Have you not seen Squid Game?
No, I did. Yeah, I know exactly what it is.
Oh,
That's why I asked the question.
I thought it was entertaining. I liked it.
I've never seen it. I don't know what it is. I've never even heard of
You
it.
have never seen it?
No.
Oh, go watch it. My
All right.
son even wore the Halloween costume. Squid
I
Game.
just got Netflix again about a month ago, so I'll go
Well,
check it out.
I don't support Netflix, but go watch it. Yeah, you seen it, Mike?
I think I'm on episode 3.
Are you really?
Yeah.
It's all right, right? I mean, it's a little.
Dumb.
Really, you think so?
Dumb that just keeps me going. I'm like,
Yeah. It's so dumb. You
dumb.
watch 3
Big
episods.
Country, I'm telling you, don't watch it.
Don't start it. Okay, you got it.
Because I'm telling you, after the first episode, you're gonna be like, "Now I gotta watch the rest of it." I'm telling you, man. Matter of fact, try watching just half the first episode. You're gonna be like, "Now I gotta watch the rest of it." Yeah.
No, if it's that dumb, I don't even want to get wrapped in it.
It's not. It's. I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm telling. I love it. I liked it. I thought it was.
I give you 15 minutes, man. I was like, "What the? Oh."
It's got a weird name, that's for sure.
And now I'm on episode 3.
I binge watched them all.
But I will say this, Ryan, that's not one that I felt that way about as far as watching it, and I know it's just stupid. That I'm gonna say, man, I regret watching it, man. It's how many hours that I would? Yeah, it's just it's a good conversation piece.
So not like
the concept was great. I think the concept was good.
I think the concept is on point.
Yeah,
on point. I think a lot of people would do what those people did.
It's almost like we're talking about like the class warfare. I mean that's what we're talking about. Yeah. So you should see it. It's good.
Good conversation piece though.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And now there's a second season.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
I'm not watching season 2. When does it come out? I'm not watching season 2.
Till you get to the end of the season, go, oh, now I got to watch next season.
Yeah. What's the
name? Last one. Ready?
Yeah.
Man, I think that's the longest it ever took to get one up there.
Cats can track your invisible presence using only their ears.
Wait, whoa, hold on.
I'm just gonna put this out there. This was on CNN.
How the hell would you know if you're invisible? I mean, who the hell's invisible?
This was on CNN's website, so I'm just putting it out there.
Who the hell's invisible, and how did they test that theory? I'm gonna go invisible and see if the cat knows.
Probably fact checkers.
That's craziness, man. That's crazy. That's a okay.
Well, the question is can they still do it if they're not vaccinated?
I mean, now you made me think I got ghosts in my house because my cat at night goes crazy. So what's she seeing that I'm not?
Could be.
That's a weird one, man. I don't know about that one.
CNN made it. They put it out there. Nothing else to report.
That's sad that made a story. That is sad that I made the story. That's bad.
Cats can track your invisible presence.
Yeah, what does that even mean?
Yeah.
Well, they killed someone, and he came back as a ghost.
Oh my God! If they took out the word "your," then I would suspect that, like Ryan just alluded to, it's a ghost. Cats can track invisible presence, and then the question would be, how do you know it's there? You know what I mean? So using only their ears. That means they heard something that's not visibly seen. It could be something behind a wall or something, and they're tracking it with their ears.
Yeah, but you're still saying your invisible presence. So you're acknowledging that there's you, your visible presence, and your invisible presence.
Yeah, but that could be someone walking outside your window and they're tracking it with their ears. You're invisible to the eyes, but they're tracking the sound with their ears. You know what I mean? Why
Right,
are we
right,
still
right.
talking? Let's go back to the Squid Game, Ryan.
No, I think that's exactly the way you explained it, Mike. I think that's exactly what it means. It means that their ears are so powerful they can tell where
Yeah,
you're at even in the other room.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that's what they mean, but I just thought it was crazy that that's a
yeah.
headline.
That is crazy
That
headline. That's
one
weird.
you thought was crazy?
Well, I mean, all the white supremacy and racism and all that other stuff going on today, and
Oh, that's normal.
yeah, I mean, cat tracking with your ears, like I just thought that was like, whoa.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
that. This is pretty much normal. I mean, we left freaking Afghan soldiers. We left soldiers' families over in Afghanistan. I mean, shoot.
No, no, we don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about cat tracking ears.
I
oh
mean,
god.
everything's normal now.
Yeah,
Maybe we should have deployed some of these cats to Afghanistan and we could have
There
got
you
those
go.
people.
There you go.
Could have got those family members and
yeah.
soldiers
Even the
out.
ones we couldn't see.
Yep,
Right.
we know
Yeah.
exactly where they're at. God, that's
Well,
bad.
Seriously?
we we have we have a little bit of time because this was a short one. If anybody has an alibi, wants to bring something up or pull the pin on something,
Wow, I wasn't expecting that.
and we could talk about that spending bill that they just passed. If you want,
No, I
we
get
already
pretty
kind
well
of
pissed off
did a
enough of
little
it.
bit about the bridges, the racist bridges.
I pulled the pin. Uh, I was talking to someone, and I can't say his name. I can't say his name, but very intelligent guy.
Well, that's
And
none of us.
well, of course, definitely not the guy when I look in the mirror neither. But but I was trying to get him to come on the show, and he was like, "Mike, I just can't." He said, "Us having a little short conversation is fine, but I just can't." I said, "Why not?" He said, "Nah, it's just I'm tired of people just repeating what they heard." Long story short, everything he said is something I've been saying for years. You know, it's like the now people are going to complain about Biden, and Democrats are going to support him no matter what, and Republicans are going to be against him no matter what. 4 years ago, it was totally opposite. 8 years before that, it was totally opposite. Back to the way it is right now, and the average American cannot see that or doesn't want to acknowledge that. It's like someone I used to think this guy was like, yeah, well, he's still intelligent. This other guy I'm talking about, we're in Afghanistan together, but he had posted something on Facebook and said Trump was the best president in American history and Obama was the worst. And I was like, dude, I would love to sit down and talk to you. But then I had to remind myself that not everyone's knowledge, and I don't mean this in a bad way, historical knowledge when it comes to American politics is the same as, let's say, mine. Because I've been following it for a long time. Ryan, ever since the
Yeah.
damn FedEx truck.
Yep.
Used to just follow it like I don't know what. And then when I see the patterns, I'm like, man, this cat ain't no different than the other one.
Yeah.
Because they got a different team shirt on, you know? But when he was talking the other night, I was like, wow, this guy, you got to come on the show, man. You got to come on the show. And he was like, I'll think about it. And I asked him again this week, and he was like, nah, I don't think it's a good idea, man. I don't think it's a good idea. And I think he's one of those extra viewers we might have had in the past weeks or so. So maybe, but the thing I want to pull the pin on is I see what he's talking about. I've seen it. It needs to stop. And I really seen it when Colin Powell passed away.
Mm.
Jeez, can you let your political affiliation, your ideology, whatever, just go? 4-star general. Same thing I said when what's his name passed away, Schwarzkopf. Same thing I said when any general or when I say soldiers pass away. Same thing. I appreciate the service. I don't care who they voted for. I look at what they stood for. You know what I mean? As far as wearing their uniform, that's more important. And when I see that division based solely on political affiliation, all the way down to when someone passes away. That's why I say, man, I don't ever want to be that way, and I hate to see Americans like that because all they do is prove what I used to say about how I used to say Americans are stupid, and now I was not talking about Ryan. I swear.
I know he must have just hit the exit button.
I wasn't talking about you, brother.
He's
Really, I
got-
wasn't.
he's-
My bad.
Did you hear what I said?
No, I hear
I said I wasn't talking about Ryan. I swear.
it. Oh, I knew that. You said
Yes,
highly
you did.
intelligent. I heard that.
I don't have to call no names. They tell on themselves. You
Yeah.
know. But yeah, I just wanted to pull the pin on all the people who can't. Even when someone passes away, you can't leave that political crap at home and speak good words about someone who passed away.
That's true.
Yeah, especially with the service that he had.
yeah, you went through a whole gamut of things there. I don't really know what you were pulling the
I'm
pin
still
on, but
stumped on somebody saying Trump was the best president.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
man.
and
I couldn't
Obama
believe
being the worst. Now, don't get me wrong, I wasn't an Obama fan, but have they ever heard of Jimmy Carter? I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
yeah, I don't think they probably know in history. They probably don't even. A lot of people don't even know history.
No,
You know, I didn't
Yeah.
even like history in school,
I
so they're
love
probably
history.
they're probably basing that on their era, their time. And if that's the case, it's a different argument. You know.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
there's even some talk right now about how all this socialist stuff is starting to happen is because of the people that are in charge in the establishment were brought in during the Obama era and are still there.
Mm.
So they're saying this is the prolonged effect of what Obama brought into office now being played out. Obviously, you could say Trump never got rid of them, so you can blame him for that. But that's what they're talking about. That maybe that's their stance. And Trump, I'll give you. Look, I'm going to tell you this. I know you guys don't want to hear it, don't care anyway, especially you, Mike. But I am so thankful we had Donald Trump. So thankful because I think what Trump did, whether you like him as a president or not, he exposed the establishment that you see in your face right now. He bubbled it all to the surface, all for naught because nobody gives a damn whether they're cheating or screwing us over or not. But he exposed it. He forced them all to panic and show their cards. And now they realize, well, look, we showed our cards, we can still get away with it. So, but he did expose it. So if nobody believed in an establishment, Joe Biden right now is probably the greatest president ever because of that too. He is proof that there's an establishment because he's not running this country.
No.
I mean, he can't even control his bowels, let alone what crisis is going on. This man is just a puppet. The establishment's making all the decisions, and Trump allowed that to come out. Biden, exclamation point. Now, if people don't believe there's an establishment and there's a group of elites behind all this running this country, they got to see it now. They got to. Go libertarian.
I don't know if I mean, don't get me wrong, I think Trump tried to shine a lot of light on things, but I think between the news media and everything else, fighting him on it, I don't think he got a lot out. But I don't think I guess a better way to say it is I don't think the people saw what he was doing.
But Ryan, what I'm saying is just the very presence of Trump allowed the media to go insane and show their hand.
I'm not saying they didn't. I'm just saying people don't.
That's what I'm saying. So Trump didn't have to do a darn thing. He just got, by him getting elected, a lot of things were exposed. I mean, Epstein goes away and Trump is still somehow being talked about after he's not even a president anymore. Like, a lot of things have been exposed. And I think that's why I said his presence just created that. He didn't have to do anything.
If you show your hand to a bunch of people that don't know what the hell you're playing, it don't matter, right? If I show you poker and you think it's Uno, it don't matter what the hell I show you. These people in America are blind to what he's showing them. They don't care.
But think about what you just said. That even exposed American citizens to you. Like, I might have thought, well, people just don't pay attention to politics. Oh, people are not. But here we are talking about how people just drone in and, like, I mean, literally can't get Trump out of their minds. He's not even in office anymore. Like, he helped me realize how society, how people have just gone so far. Like, Mike said, it's normal. There's always normal, but people always go back to their business, right? Because it's not in their backyard. People have something to say, and then they go back to their business because they just want to be significant for a moment. But Trump exposed this to the point where people are so irrationally one-sided now. It doesn't even make sense.
Wow.
That's my point. I'm not going to say he's the... What, Mike? You're not just hungry, are you? Biting your lip? Wow.
Yeah, I'm good now, though. Yeah. Woo! I'm stuffed. That was a big lip.
Good thing I didn't say that. I'd probably have to resign.
All right, so we're good?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are we?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
What's the purpose of having a talk show if you're not going to talk?
I did talk.
Oh, well, you just bit your lip. You got something to say?
No, don't have anything to say. What am I going to say to that? Oh, God, I was about to say something bad. Trump exposed this. He did that for you, and I guess that's a good thing. Yeah, that's what Trump did for you. I'm like, way to go, Trump.
So you don't think things came to surface that have been under the radar for so many years?
For you, yeah, I think it really did. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you're saying you've known all this stuff going on, and yeah, like I'm not saying I didn't suspect all that stuff. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying for the general population, it's in your face right now. You cannot deny it exists. You can choose to deny it.
Oh, then you can deny it exists.
Well, okay, right. But what I'm saying is to normal average people who don't look outside their backyard, which we talked about, they were able to not see it. You didn't have to see it because you go to work, you make your money, you come home, you play with your family, you go to work, you make your money. Oh, wait, you can't do that. It affects me. But now everything is in their face. I'm just saying he pulled the curtain on the Wizard. The Wizard of Oz, the curtain's pulled. And just Trump's existence did that. Whether he did good or bad things don't matter. His existence did that. It shook up the system. That's what I believe. You don't have to agree.
Yeah.
I know what that means.
You know what that means? You know what's funny about that? Mike told me, he's like, one day, he's like, you know what? It'd be great if we had two different opinions on here. And this is what happens when we have a different opinion. I'm not saying anything.
That's what I just said on the pull the pin, man. It's like talking politics to me it's become literally a waste because people are so against what they're against. Normally it's a certain political party, and they're for whatever it is they're for. You're a Trump guy. Hey, he did good for you. I'm like, okay. People can't deny he showed them a whole bunch. I'm like, what America were you in when he was in office? What America? Seriously, people can't deny that he showed that the establishment. I'm like, Trump, how did he do that? What did he do?
Well, that's my point exactly. So, okay, let's go back to Bush. Let's go back to weapons of mass destruction. Right? Wasn't CNN involved in all that? And everybody was like, oh, no, it must be true. And CNN was like supposedly the one source you go to for all your information. Right? Didn't the average person believe it? Now, maybe, Mike, you might have seen through all that stuff, but the average person believed it.
What? Weapons of mass destruction?
That there were weapons of mass destruction, that this whole was all this. They just believed anything that the media told them.
Okay, and you're saying that because it was proven to be untrue?
I'm saying now no one trusts the media, period.
Oh, okay.
Because before they used to just take it for granted and believe it.
And you think that's changed because of Trump?
I think Trump brought that because the media went crazy over Trump.
The left-wing media went crazy over Trump.
Sure. And that's what we heard. We heard all of that.
But the left-wing media went crazy over Trump because he's a Republican.
I don't think this is the same as regular. I don't know. Maybe, like I said, you've been in it a lot longer.
That's what I said. That's why I say it's a waste because you see what you see, and that's why I was like, if that's
But
what you see, I'm good.
isn't that important though? Like, isn't that important that people are where they're at? Like, isn't that, you know what I mean?
I don't
What
see
is
a
your objective?
difference.
What is
I
your
don't, I don't, I
objective?
don't see, I don't see a difference. That's why I told you, Jim, where you are. I said, okay, I don't fault you. I don't talk bad about you. I just say, hey,
Not on the show, right?
no, yeah, I wait till you hit the button. But, but my whole thing is where you are. I've been there for Democrats. I've been there for Republicans, and you guys call me the libertarian. I don't even label myself as a libertarian.
That's not true. You told me you were a
Oh,
libertarian.
shut up. But I don't even label myself as a
Because he doesn't want to be held accountable.
because if they do get in office, something tells me they're gonna just be the same way.
Yeah.
I have
Right.
no faith in no because once you get in there, I truly believe you if you're gonna be successful, and we said it before, you show me one that's been in there longer than 4 5 years and they're not a millionaire. And when they got in office, they weren't a millionaire.
Very true.
All of them. So for somebody to sit here or just in a general setting and side with somebody from a party and they're now millionaires, based off of being in political office, I'm like, okay,
I do know one
okay,
that went in as a millionaire.
okay. So I'm not talking about them. What I'm saying is those who weren't and now they are, and for
Right.
people to support them, you okay? I got it.
Well,
I
I
got it.
understand. That's what I'm saying. To me, I would have been like I'm saying before Trump came along. It was the tennis game: Republican, Democrat, Republican, Democrat. What Trump did to me, for me, and I think for a lot of people, is he came around and said, "Look, this isn't Republican, Democrat. It's the establishment." He exposed the establishment, not Republican, Democrat, Republican, Democrat. It's not the same usual. It's that they're all playing the game. People are
Okay.
still picking sides. I think that's
Mhm.
inevitable
Yeah. All
because they
right.
need
Yeah.
safety.
Like I said, if that's what you got from it, hey, okay. But the he exposed the establishment. The establishment is it has both parties in it, right? But when you speak negatively, it's only about the left, and we talked about this before. So
What do you
when
mean?
what?
What do you mean only about the left? I took there's a
Yeah,
North Carolina
okay, but when I
senator that
said
got
before, Jim, when you need name politicians specifically, when you name them by name, it's the left. AOC, Pelosi,
well.
blah
See,
blah
that's
blah 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 blah
but
blah.
that's not fair. That's not fair because you know why that's not fair because
Am
if
I
the
right?
left no because if the left is in the media making all the noise and the right's only doing nothing, then that's all you can complain about. These people are doing nothing. There were 13 Republicans that just voted for that stimulus bill.
Okay, but for you to sit here and say the left is in the media that we complain about, and the right, the Republicans aren't doing anything. I told you this before. Check your sources because if you really look at both sides, and you're going to have sources from both sides, then you'll start to hear about what Republicans are doing. But
There's
if
no
you if, you-
doubt.
if yeah, okay, but what
There's
I'm
no
saying
doubt
is
Republicans are doing the same thing. I tell you that's what I'm saying.
yeah, but
It's not a
what I
Republican
told you
Democrat.
before is yeah, but when you talk bad about politicians and you name somebody specifically, there's always somebody on the left. Is what I told you. That's why I say
Because
okay, all right, yeah, mhm. Yeah, the establishment. But when I talk bad about politicians, I'm going to mention one side.
well, see, I think you missing what I don't think it was he on the episode when I explained it. That maybe I think you were, wasn't it? Me and you when I told you that I truly believe now that the Republicans are a party that was created by the Democrats just to make it look like they have an opposition. So they're all the same to me. It just so happens that when I turn on the TV, the media, the news, it's Pelosi saying you got to pass the bill before you know what's in it. It's these people that are saying these things. It's not Joe Schmo from Arizona that doesn't say anything. Like we just talked about
Yeah,
one
but
of
what
them.
I'm saying is Joe Schmo from Arizona is saying something, but on where you get your news and your political the people you follow, like the Joe Bon Jovi guy, they're not going to mention the Joe Smo from Arizona. You know what I mean? They're not. He's not going to talk about him. Just like
Joe Biden.
CNN is not going to talk bad about Pelosi and what she said. You got to get that from an opposing side's view. You know, and it might be true. You know, that's why I say I don't. I'm not going to sit here and say, well, Pelosi wasn't wrong or she was right. Or, I'm not going to say that. I don't really care about none of them, man, because they all a part of that group.
Right, which is what I'm saying, which is why I don't understand what we're arguing. You're just saying that I'm pointing out more Democrats than Republicans.
Yeah, you said it wasn't fair, but it's a true statement because that's what you do.
Because that's what's easy to talk about because it's what I'm seeing.
From your sources on the right.
Okay, but doesn't mean any of it's wrong. I just happen to see more sources of
From the right.
Yeah,
That's
but
all I said.
didn't say that the left, the other people weren't doing it. I'm not saying they're not doing it.
Do.
I just told you, I told you, North Carolina senator got sold all his stocks before COVID.
Ooh,
they're investigating him and his brother now. Like, it was in the news. I saw it.
Okay.
I don't understand how I'm picking. If I don't see it, then I can't talk about it.
All right. You got anything, Ryan?
No.
Okay. It's the same conversation we had episodes ago, man. Same exact conversation. I was like, okay, whatever. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's just because I could feel your invisible presence.
Yeah, only with your ears.
Is that Mike?
Yeah,
all right.
The ears.
All right. So I tried to fill some space, and we actually filled a lot of space.
Oh yeah.
But thank you, Ryan, again. Too pretty for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Mike, for making a consecutive appearance. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Vaginal pain and all. Thank you guys out there for watching and tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you get involved. Don't just have a conversation with yourself or anybody offline. Get on here. We want to hear your opinions. Go to thepullthepinalready.com. Until then, Godspeed.
Hey, pull the pin.
Cool.
Thanks for joining us here. Pull the pin already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.